Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about fixed assets mass transfers. So mass transfers, as the name itself says, how can you transfer an asset from say a specific expense account to a different expense account on a large scale for a large number of assets, or move an asset from one specific location to a different location. If you want to do it individually, you can do it from the FA asset assignment screen. But if you want to do it in a mass scale, that is for a large number of assets in a single go, you need to use the mass transfer functionality. Okay, now let me show you how you can do it individually for a single asset, and then I'll show you how to perform the mass transfers for a large number of assets in a single go. Let's get into any of the fixed assets responsibility. So in my current example, I'm in fixed asset supervisor Reliance INR responsibility. INR is my ledger name. So let me just query for a particular asset number. Go to asset assignments. So here you can see my current asset expense account or the depreciation account is this, and this is the location. And if I want to transfer it from this asset expense to a different asset expense account, or from this location to different location, what I need to do is, in this case, the total number of units is 1. So I need to do -1 here and then +1. So that means you are actually transferring it from here this expense account to the new expense account, whatever I'll be entering here. Similarly, this location to the new location. If you want to make a change only to the asset expense account, then enter the new asset expense account and copy the same location as is. And if your requirement is to make only the asset location change, then copy the same asset expense account here and then just change the location and then click on done. As soon as you click, once you click on done, then you will be able to save this record, and once you requery, you should be able to see only the updated record here. But I'm not doing this from this screen, and I'll show you how we can perform this mass transfers in single go for multiple assets. You have changes, so just say discard. So navigate to mass transactions, transfers, select my book. So where is a corporate book? And transfer date is, it defaults to the system date. If and my current open period is May. If my current open period is not May, so it will default to the last date of the last period. And in the comment section, you can just mention maybe test mass transfer functionality. You can just enter any meaningful business reason. And as far as the mass transfer is concerned, you have the from and to. So what exactly is the from account from which you want to transfer, and what is the to account? And here you have from range. So in my current example, I want to move all the assets from this range. So 0 to 210 7360. I can just say 210 to say 290. Maybe. So here all the assets which has this expense account between this range will move from this to whatever I will be entering here. I just want to move it to. So if you observe here, what I did is I'm just using the same company code, same account, sub account, product in the company segment. I'm just changing the department account. So that means I'm actually moving all these assets from these departments to this department, and I'm not making any change to the location or employer employee. So my intention in this example is to move the assets from this expense account to this expense account. So here I did not mention any asset number or asset category, anything. So from a system perspective, it will look for all the assets under this Reliance corporate book, which has the depreciation expense account, any of these things, and then it will try to transfer it to this. But if you are not sure like what exactly are those assets, the first thing is, once you save this, you need to click on the preview button. Once you click on this preview button, mass transaction number is generated. Let me just copy this number and then click on preview button. So once you click on preview button, a concurrent request gets triggered in the check the output of this mass transfers preview report, which will give you the details of all the assets which are impacted by this particular change. In this example, you can see there are 5 assets which are impacted by this change, and for each of these assets, you can see this is the from and this is the to, from and to. And if you are happy with these results, then requery this. Control C F11, copy this and then control F11. What happened? Ideally, a run button should be enabled. Yeah, see, now it's enabled here. As the preview is done, now click on run. So once you click on run, that's when the actual transfer happens. So earlier when we clicked on preview button, it's only just giving you preview, did not make the actual transfer. Now let me click on run button. Perform this mass transaction. Okay. Concurrent request got submitted. Request. Fine. So this particular mass transfer is actually performing the actual transfer of the assets from one asset expense account to a different asset expense account. And once you click on view output, as soon as this request is completed, you can click on the view output. And once you click on the view output, you should be able to see again the same impacted assets. So going forward, when we run the depreciation, system should charge the depreciation under this new expense account. So remember, this particular change will not impact the depreciation which is already calculated in the previous month. It's going to impact only future months. So this particular change is actually prospective, not retrospective. So ideally, you should be able to again see the same. See here it says number of successes is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of LUs is 0. So all these 5 assets are impacted. Now let me query for any one of these assets and check what exactly is the my new depreciation expense account. So go to assets, assets workbench, go to assignments. See, I am able to see the new asset expense account. So earlier asset expense account is this one, and now new asset expense account has the cost center of 000. So if I put my cursor here and click on help record history, yeah, you should be able to see 24th of May, which is today, 7:32. Now it's 7:34. Yeah, 7:32. So it's the change done by me today at 7:32. So this is how you should be able to make the mass transfers. So maybe you can pick up one more example. Yeah, today 7:32, and this is the new expense account. Okay, now let me run the depreciation process and run the create accounting and see if system is generating the depreciation under this new depreciation expense account. Okay, so run depreciation, Reliance car, close the period. wait for the depreciation program to be completed, and once this completed, we can run the create accounting program, where we should be able to see that system will calculate the depreciation under the new depreciation expense account, whatever we have transferred. Okay, yeah, depreciation run is completed, but yeah, journal entry resolve ledger request is running, so we need to wait for this entire depreciation run request to be completed, and then we should be running the create accounting. Okay, meanwhile, while it's running, let me pick up this asset. I can show you under inquiry transaction history. You should be able to see the transfer, which is today, May 20. And if you click on details, this is where you should be able to see from and to. So this is the from account, and this is the this is the from account, and this is the to account. So under from account, you are able to see -1. If you go to the asset assignment, and under asset workbench, you should be able to see only the latest record. But in this transaction history, you should be able to see the old account as well as the new account. So this is the old account, and this is the new account. Let us see if the depreciation request is complete. Yeah, depreciation request is completed. Now you should be able to run the create accounting. Create accounting, Reliance Corp, and then just end date should be the last day of the month. Remember, your depreciation address will be generated with the date as of the last day of the month. So do not enter the end date as the date. Okay, 31st of May 2020, accounting mode final, report detail, transfer to GL as yes, post in GL. Yes. Now in the output of the create accounting, you should be able to see the depreciation expense account, the new depreciation expense account. So the journal entry will be your depreciation expense account will be debited, and your depreciation reserve or your accumulated depreciation reserve will be credited. And is your asset number? This is your asset number. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, so depreciation, sorry, create accounting is completed. Now click on view output. Yeah. So here you can see your my depreciation expense account is debited, and your accumulated depreciation expense account is credited. Unfortunately, this particular report doesn't give you the asset number, but we can very well go to the asset workbench and again cross check if this is the depreciation amount for this asset number. Yeah, 168.1. This is matching with my create accounting. So this is the new depreciation expense account. Now let us check for the another asset number. Here, go to financial inquiry. Okay, so as far as this asset is concerned, it is fully depreciated, and as it is fully depreciated, you are able to see the depreciation amount is zero. As the depreciation amount is zero, then you are not able to see the depreciation entry here. I think it's more or less the same thing for the remaining assets as well. So that's the reason why you are able to see the depreciation amount of 168.10, which is the depreciation only for this account. But for all other asset, but for all of the other assets, there is no depreciation calculated by the system because those four assets are fully depreciated. Yeah, they are not retired, they are just a fully depreciation. Remember, this particular change will impact only those assets which are not retired. If the asset is not retired, then only this change will have an impact. If the asset is fully retired, then system will not make any changes for those assets. In this case, the asset is not retired, but it's fully depreciation. So hence system is calculating a depreciation with a zero amount. But as the depreciation amount is zero, there is no accounting entry generated here. This is how you perform your mass transfer functionality within fixed assets module. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video. For interesting videos on Oracle Financials, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.